Okay. How'd you feel about the episode?
Thought it was great. I thought Yuji acted how I wanted him to act. You know what I'm saying? He turned into a menace. A menace for good though, not for bad.
That's one of the things I love about Gege, because he says his story is one where there are no good guys or bad guys, and everyone's just fighting for their own motivations. But I feel like in his story, there's a clear line between good guy and bad guy.
Between what, the curses and the sorcerers?
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like curses. I don't think there's been a good curse. A single curse that has brought good, because most of them are formed from fear, and then they just create more fear and negativity in the world. So I'm pretty sure those are the bad guys.
Yeah, and I feel like their actions are like undoubtedly evil.
Yeah.
Like, they just kill hell of people. Innocent people. Just chilling. But I guess in their mind, it's like, well, we're born from
them.
your mistakes or your
thoughts and opinions.
Yeah.
And feelings, yeah.
So who's really the bad guy? I guess you could look at it that way.
I mean, sorcerers kind of just only serve the purpose to stop curses from killing regular people. That's like their whole job. But there's some, sorcerers who have their opinions. For instance, Ghetto felt like, why even have regular humans, because they're the reasons, curses are being born. So if we eliminate regular humans, we eliminate.
I feel like Ghetto's
I can see him
evil.
being the bad guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see him being the bad guy. But aside from that, most of the sorcerers that we know, at least from now, only really fight curses. That's it. They just stop curses. They don't really do anything else. So I mean, I guess he could say there's no good or bad guys, but what does he mean by that necessarily? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like what Mojito was saying, where it's like we're just like two sides of the coin. Basically, we're fighting a war. Curses versus sorcerers. I have my motivations. You have your motivations. It's not really like a hero coming in to beat the bad guys type of thing. Like, that's what you thought it was, but it's just two sides warring. And I guess at the end, Yuji kind of took that mentality and he was like, you know what, you're right. Like, I do just want to kill you. And like, if you come back, I'll kill you again. And I'll just keep killing you because I kill curses. That's what I do.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess?
I don't know. I don't feel like that's his only reason for saying that. I mean, I guess he said that, but it's like, at the end of the day, if Mojito wasn't killing people, he wouldn't be trying to kill Mojito.
That's true. But do you think that Yuji like changed? I feel like he changed after this.
I don't think he changed. I just feel like he was just saying that. But I do think he changed. He changed in the sense of like, this is what has to be done, and I can't think too much on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was thinking about it too much.
Yeah. So you don't think after this that Yuji won't have any more like gripes with killing people?
Or has he had? Has he really had problems with killing curses though? Prior to this,
I mean, they weren't curses per se. He hasn't had any issue killing curses, but like with
he doesn't like killing transfigured
humans.
But those aren't humans anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, those aren't.
Yeah, that's true. And the
that's
cursed
what I don't
wombs,
like. That's what I don't like.
The cursed wombs, he kind of felt a little bit away that they weren't, that they were like kind of human.
Yeah, you got the one guy who's pretty human, who he fought in the
Chozo
subway.
just looks human in general.
Yeah.
The other two are kind of like,
yeah,
you could kind of look.
Well, one of them looked human. One of them looked. The other one just looked completely like a transfigured human.
Yeah.
But the other one that was like tan and like muscular, he looked pretty human.
It was just his back.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. That's because he hasn't had any problems like exercising curses from what I can remember. It's only the transfigured humans he's having like second guesses about, which doesn't make sense to me because they're not there anymore. Like their soul has been manipulated to not even be human anymore. They may have began as humans, but they're like gone. And I feel like Mojito even told him that, like, dude, these aren't like they're dead. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not there
Yeah.
anymore. That's not.
I think he
So I
just
don't
feels
know.
bad. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what
So I
it
feel like
is.
he's gotten over that. I hope,
Okay.
but I don't think he's changed necessarily. I still feel like he wanted to kill Mojito. I just feel like he's understanding. Like, all right, let me just stop overthinking a lot of this stuff and just do what I'm supposed to do.
Did the death of Boogie Woogie impact you?
Not really. It's funny because that you said that because at first I didn't think he lost that ability. I was like, okay, he just lost his hand. They could just give him another hand. But everybody was like, nah, he can't use it anymore. I looked it up. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of dumb. Like
I
he
don't get
can't
it
use it.
either.
I don't get like he could just clap his chest or something. Like why does it have to be his hand in particular? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I
then we
don't
seen
get
him
that.
freaking clap with no hands. Turbulence, man. He used turbulence.
Well,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
The first time, okay, so after he loses his hand, he does it twice, right?
No, I'm talking about in the subway when he blocked Mojito's two swords with his hands, and then he just clapped and switched places.
Oh yeah, what was that? People were saying he clapped his cheeks. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Turbulence. He could use turbulence, man. He could just use turbulence.
I don't know.
But then he was saying like you don't need hands to clap. It's just an admiration of your soul. But he was just saying
Right.
that to trick him to think they were going to switch places, and then they didn't switch places, and then he was like, "What?" And then
Right,
that's when he
right.
got punched in the face. But they didn't explain how he switched places when he was holding both his hands.
Yeah.
So
And he also slapped Mojito's hand and switched
yeah,
places.
to switch places.
It'll probably be one of those things that
But
isn't explained.
another thing I was seeing they were saying is that since he slapped his hand, it anytime because you know he manipulates your soul. They were saying even though it was for that brief moment, he manipulated his cursed energy in his hand so that he could no longer do that move. That's what somebody was saying. That's one theory I read. Like because he clapped his like gave him a high five basically. He transfigured his hand to no longer be able to do that ever again. But I'm like, I don't know. I need
Kind of
like
far
actual.
fetched.
I need
Yeah.
the creator to actually be like, yeah, this is why he can't use it anymore. Because
I don't
him
know.
not having another hand, I just don't buy it.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's a super stretch.
yeah.
Another thing I was thinking about when I was in the shower, I was like, why didn't Mojito just like go for his head instead of his hand? Like, why didn't he
Oh,
just kill him?
when he slapped when
When he uses domain expansion, he transfigured his hand. Why didn't he transfigure his
oh
head?
transfer his head. I don't know.
I thought well, maybe he was
He
just
could have he could
super
have killed him.
focused on the technique, but he could just killed him. I feel like that was just something I was thinking about, just a shower thought. And yeah, one more thing about the hand. I was at first when he lost it, I was like, maybe he could just get a mechanical hand.
That's what I was
It could
thinking
be
too.
the
Like
same
just get a
thing.
mechanical
Like,
hand, yeah.
isn't it just all about cursed energy, not necessarily like your
The
physical
physical
body?
contact. I don't know. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. Because another thing, honestly, you know what's crazy? My prediction for them beating Mojito was not how it went. I really thought what was going to happen is that this was before I realized that Yuji doesn't know that or maybe Yuji does know. I think Yuji does know that he can't manipulate his soul because Sukuna will like stop him.
He knows
But
that.
I thought yeah okay, so I thought what they were gonna do is Toto was gonna let him like touch him, but right when he touched him, he was gonna clap and switch places with Yuji, and then he would be touching Sukuna, and Sukuna would be like, "All right, I already told you once, you done fucked up," and then that was just gonna be it. That's how I thought they were gonna win, but maybe they're just he's not like I know that would have to be like perfect, instantaneous, you know, like
Yeah.
simultaneously clap. But at the end of the day, they do Black Flash, so if they can do a Black Flash, you can say, okay, he just timed it perfectly. Like soon as he touched him, they clapped at the same
Right.
time, and then it, you know. But that's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought that would have been a little. I'm not gonna say it would have been cooler, but I think that would have been better fighting strategy, low key. Because like that's such a huge disadvantage for Mojito that he can't use his technique on Yuji, which they kind of already talk about that throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, that's the reason
But
why
if you
they're
could,
foes.
yeah, and if you could, trick him into thinking that he can transfigure you and then you swap places with Yuji at the last moment. I know like the degree of difficulty is probably like insanely hard, but we've seen multiple Black Flashes go off throughout this. You know what I'm saying? So if they could, and not only that, but
I think
freaking Toto gave him a high five. So in that moment, he really, really, he could have high fived him and then swap places with Yuji, and Yuji has his hand out in the high five, and they're still touching. And then that would have been, but then we wouldn't have got this moment with Yuji, walking him down and everything. But I thought that would have been kind of cool. I thought that would have been. I guess that wouldn't have been a dub for Yuji though, because Yuji wouldn't have really done anything. It would have just been Sukuna.
Yeah, it would have been a repeat
bailing him out
of the same thing. And the only thing I'll say maybe why they didn't do the Sukuna thing is they did say that Mojito was the fastest out of all of them. Like Toto was the slowest reactor once he uses domain expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So I see why. And that's also the first time we've ever seen Mojito's domain expansion like actually work on someone. Because he used it 3 times, but we've never actually seen like how he hit someone. I thought he was going to use it and then...
Wait, but didn't he use simple domain? I thought Toto used a simple domain, but he just used his regular curse technique to get to his hand.
Toto used a simple domain. I think he was just too slow.
Okay.
Because they were saying he was the slowest. Yuji was second.
Oh, because he braced first, right? Didn't he brace and then he used a simple domain? He did like something and then...
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. But I didn't think Mojito's, like, his surefire hit would just be like a... Like, it reminded me of like Amaterasu or something, where it just, like, pops up at that location. Like, I thought he would have to, like, at least, like, run over or something.
Yeah, because it didn't work on Mekamaru.
Yeah. But he uses, I guess he used
a simple domain thing.
Yeah.
But did he do that? I thought he did it, like, while he was in the mech suit.
He did.
But the mech suit didn't get, like, destroyed. I guess it's not flesh. It's a, inanimate object, so that's probably why I didn't. But
and his simple domain was weird. It was like in a capsule or something.
Yeah, and he had a whole bunch of them. Them too.
That was a weird thing. Let me see. I don't know about that.
So Boogie Woogie gone. I think it sucks. I mean, he can just create a new curse technique.
I hope he doesn't just retire. I wanted to see more of Toto. I also want to see him.
He's still like borderline. He's what, first grade, right?
He's grade 1, I think.
Great, yeah. He can still put in work without his curse technique. I think he can. I gotta also figure out. Can you learn more than one curse technique? Yeah, because Sukuna has more than one. He's learned multiple. But
yeah, Sukuna's the only person that I know of
with multiple.
Yeah. And Gojo, but those are like hereditary.
Those, yeah, he was born with those though.
Like Sukuna's the only person that I know that has 2 different techniques that have nothing to do with each other. And he's like God tier. So I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to do that. But how do you feel about Mojito as a character?
Oh, I thought he was cool. His transformation was alright.
His transformation was kind of silly to me. I kind of prefer his regular version.
Oh, really?
I feel like he just looks like the special grades, like the average ones.
Yeah, the average ones, yeah.
Like he looked like one of those, but like, I don't know, kind of looked like a Resident Evil monster or something. It was interesting. It's just not what I expected. That's all. I prefer his base look, I think.
So yeah, he can learn some more curse techniques. So what Gojo has is an innate technique.
Okay.
Innate techniques you're born with, and they usually manifest around the age of 5 or 6. That's what this wiki is saying. And it says curse techniques often require hand signs, empowered words, or gestures to activate.
So it's saying anyone can learn a curse technique?
Yeah. But like anybody, but you can't learn 6 eyes, or you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's innate. Those ones
Okay.
are you're born with, but you can learn and create curse techniques.
So like, why did Gojo say like you don't have a curse technique?
It says when an individual refers to their own personal curse technique, they're generally talking about their innate technique. So Gojo's probably saying you don't have an innate, like you're not born with one, but
He didn't even mention. I feel like no one in
Gojo
the
doesn't
series
mention
has learned
anything.
anything.
Yeah, but Gojo never mentions anything. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah,
always
that's true. It is
very
Gojo.
yeah.
I just feel like no one in the series, like we haven't seen anyone learn a technique besides like Yuta, who like copies techniques.
Yeah, he creates them too. He uses like he created the megaphone.
Yeah, but besides him, no one else. Like there hasn't been a mention of like technique learning class or anyone else showing any other techniques besides their innate techniques, except Sukuna.
You got reverse curse technique.
That's
Everybody
true.
can do that.
Not everyone can't do reverse.
Well, not
curse
everybody
technique.
can do it, but you can learn it. It's a special type. You know, like Yuta used it.
Yeah,
Gojo uses it on himself to heal his body all the time, and I'm pretty sure that's what most healers use. But that's not innate. You know, like
yeah, that's true. So maybe it's like I feel like maybe it's just for top tier characters.
yeah,
Just the best of the best can do those things. And Shoko,
yeah.
maybe. Yuji already talked about. Do you think Mahito will live? I'm kind of having mixed feelings. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. We talked on the game. I kind of told you what I think's gonna happen. Since Geto showed up at the end, or Kenjaku showed up at the end, and you know, since Kenjaku has Geto's body, he can use his curse technique, his powers. So, and he was like, "Should I save you or should I not save you?" And I think he'll give him an option of like, "Hey, I can, you know, consume you and basically pull you out whenever I need you, and you know, you do what I tell you to do, but you won't die. You'll still be alive." And I think Mahito will say no to that, but Kenjaku being Kenjaku, or you know, I don't think he'll care what his answer is. He's just gonna take him, you know, because like Mahito's power is really useful. Like it's you know, he can manipulate your soul and transfigure you to anything. Like he with Mekamaru, in his case, he transfigured his body to no longer have any illnesses or ailments. And so he was just a regular, his body was just normal. So essentially you could heal somebody, you could kill somebody, he even gave what's his name, curse energy.
Junpei?
Or yeah,
Yeah, he gave
Junpei,
him a
yeah, like
technique.
he gave him a technique. So that is a crazy, ability to have. So I think he'll just take him and use him regardless of what his answer is. That's what I think. So I don't think he dies.
He gonna
Which is
found and
kind of
tighten
like
them.
yeah, which is kind of like it's just anime timing, anime or not even anime, just storytelling. Because Yuji could have killed him way faster, but instead he just
That's what I'm
stalked him and walked
saying.
him
This is what
down,
I
and then
get. Like, I wasn't satisfied with this. Like, I was like,
and then when
okay,
he punched the ground, he misses. Like,
yeah.
what the heck? Or
I
he
was
like
not
scoots back.
satisfied by this. Like, it was cool, like the snow and the wolf and the
Yeah.
bunnies and whatever.
And
I'm
they were
like,
saying
bro,
the
just
snow is
kill
supposed to be a
him.
parallel to Sukuna, because his was fire when he fought
Oh,
Jogo,
really?
and this was snow.
That's
Well,
cool.
I'm not gonna say that's what they said, but somebody had a side by side, and it showed both of them. One was in the snow, the other one was in fire. To kind of show like the two sides of Yuji.
Okay.
I wonder why they did. Well, I mean, that's probably why they did snow. But like Yuji has never done anything with ice,
No.
so it's like why I don't know.
Maybe just because he's supposed to be a wolf
Yeah,
in the snow. But yeah, I wish he would have just killed him. I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably something
yeah.
super dramatic, but we'll see.
But that's what I think. That's my prediction, is that Kenjaku is just going to take him and absorb him, and yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
die. He dies, but he doesn't die. Like he doesn't have free will anymore, but
I don't know what I
his
want
ability and
more.
power is
I
still
want
there.
to see Yuji kill him.
I do. Yeah, I wanted to see Yuji kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Do you think Mei Mei died since Kenjaku's there?
oh yeah, she probably got bodied. We didn't even see that fight.
I've heard that Gege is known for off-screen
Oh, she does
killing.
that a lot.
Yes.
She probably got clapped.
I hope she didn't die. I
That was
didn't
probably
really get
no
to
diff,
see.
bro. It probably was no diff. Cause she kind of had some struggle. I'm not gonna say she had some struggle, but she had to. It took her some time to beat the smallpox curse.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't expect you to win. All right. So I don't think her brother's probably dead too.
I feel like that'd just be a waste.
Or they talked and she becomes evil because she has, you know, this weird complex of like, unless you have use to me, you know. So maybe.
I don't think she would go that far.
You don't think so? The way she was talking, she was like, if you don't have, I don't know, man.
I think she's just greedy for money. I don't think she
you think
would
it's just
switch
money?
sides.
I don't know. We didn't think Mekamaru was gonna switch sides.
That's true.
We didn't even know about Mekamaru switching sides. It just happened. So I don't know. I think because they were talking before they fought, and she was like, "I thought you were dead." So I think she might put it together like this is not him, but it's him, but it's not him. And then they might have had like some conversation or something, and maybe they didn't fight, or maybe they fought for a brief moment, and she proposed something or he proposed something, and they came to an agreement. But if they did come to an agreement, I would assume it would be some pact involved because she's way smarter than those two girls. To just do a deal with the curse without a pact. But that's like, this is my super out there predict. That's what I think. But I think that would cause some. It would be great for the story, and it would add more layers to it. But that's probably not what happened. She probably did just lose and got killed. But we'll see.